All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 201 for this Thursday, October 6th. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia, here with some of my good friends in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get the applause going for you guys straight off the rip. This is today's show where we talk about tech news, we talk about eInk news, and today we're going to be talking about some Google stuff. We're going to be talking about Ikea's smart home solutions. Very interesting stuff. And we're also going to take a look at Viwoods' new eReader. We've been talking about it, and we haven't seen really good pictures, but I think we got some credible information to go off of. So we're going to talk about that today as well. Consider hitting the like button if you like the show today. Consider hitting the subscribe button if you want to see more news like this. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the holidays for today, like we always do. Today's first holiday is going to be National Nacho Day. I like a good nacho. It's hard to get good nachos. I had a good There was a place in New York City in Manhattan served the best nachos I've ever had in my life. I can't remember the name of the place. It's a Spanish restaurant in Manhattan, and it's awesome. It's right by the seaport, I think, down there. But it's really nice. I really do like it. But when you get really good nachos, you know it, and you want to rant about it. I have to find the name of that restaurant. National or International Stout Day. Okay, enjoy your stout, some Guinness stout. Even I don't do stouts, but if you enjoy stouts, here's a stout reminder. Liberian Thanksgiving is today. I didn't know Liberia celebrated Thanksgiving. I know now, and so do you guys. And with that news, we're gonna go right into the tech stories. Dot Lenning says, I bet it's Chipotle. Oh boy. It wasn't Chipotle. It was a little more high class. And that there's anything wrong with Chipotle. I eat Chipotle all the time, but it was a little more high class than Chipotle. It was fantastic. I got a picture. Well, you know what? If I have time, I'll throw up a picture today. I took a picture of these nachos. They were so good. Let's go to the chat before we head into the tech news. So Dr. Ling figured out how the Khalid 3 screens work today. Congratulations, Dr. Ling. It's good tech. It's good to know how this stuff works. I'm glad you researched it. Never really thought about it. Thanks, says The Rock. Absolutely. There was a place in NYC, Guy Fieri's Resto. That garbage can nachos. Ooh, it might be it. The garbage can thing sounds familiar. I don't know why it sounds familiar there, The Rock, but yeah. Internet is up here. Big up to you. Dab to you, sir. BM. Good morning. What else we got in the chat here? Yeah, so Dr. Ling is figuring out how Kaleido works, and I'm super happy about that. Khalid's got a good video out. We're going to talk about that too. So let's go ahead and get into the tech news, shall we? First thing we got technology-wise is going to be Google Maps. So Google Maps gets an update, and it's being powered by Gemini. And I think this is going to be pretty cool. I haven't tried this yet, but I have seen certain features working on my maps in the last few days that I didn't know was a thing. So we'll talk about those. Let's get into the details here. New Google Maps updates coming and should be rolling out now slowly to everybody. You may not have this now, but it is rolling out slowly. So natural language prompts are coming for anything location or related. This includes directions, parking, traffic, and obstacles. So imagine you saying, hey, show me restaurants around me that are vegetarian, that serve tacos and have a 5-star rating. And the maps will show you those restaurants on the map, right? Obstacles. You can say, hey, G, note that there's a traffic jam at this location, and it'll put that on your map for other drivers to see, right? Just like the police radar scanners. You know what I'm talking about. You act like you don't use them. I know you do. Stop playing. But yeah, so things like that. Landmark navigation. So this is one of the things that I've actually noticed is that they have let's cut this off here. They have landmark navigation.
I found a few.
Oh boy. I thought I turned that off. Okay. They have landmark navigation to where it will say, hey, you have the government building is right here. It's white. It has big pillars on it or something like that. It'll give you a description of big buildings and landmarks so that you can look around and know where you're at if you don't know the street name. Right. So I think it's things like that are really helpful. And I actually experienced that aspect of it. So I've been guided by landmark structures in the last week or so. So I clearly have gotten this already. But very interesting stuff. I haven't explored the natural language prompts yet, but I will try that out as well. Accepts prompts for pretty much anything else as well. So you can pretty much start to see this Google app as or the Google Maps app as your car assistant, essentially, because while you're in your car, you're probably going to have the Maps app up, and not only will it help you with directions, you can do things like say, hey G, schedule this appointment for me tomorrow. So it'll do calendar things for you. It'll do all kinds of things that you would normally use Gemini for, but all of that will be accessible through the Maps app while you're in the car. So like I said, I kind of started seeing this as I was reading the article as I started to see it as like a way to use your assistant while you're in the car. Also, Google Lens in Maps with Gemini. So you got Google Lens available to you in Maps now as well. So like I said, this is going to be your car assistant, your all-around car assistant that can do everything for you while you're in the car. Very cool. Like I said, rolling out now to everyone, but it's a slow rollout. What do we got in the chat here? The diagram on eInk site is a bit misleading. Oh, on the link for the Kaleido 3. Absolutely. I have some really good diagrams that I showed in a video. I can't remember what the name of the video was though. I do need to update my What is eInk video because that was when I was first learning about it. I've learned so much more now, so I should update that. Let's go on to the next topic we have for tech news today, and that's going to be Gemini can finally search Gmail and Drive following Microsoft. So along with the Gemini being in Maps, Gemini has also gained the ability to search your Gmail and give you information about your Gmail and your Drive documents. Yeah, so this is something that was promised a long time ago, but it hasn't really worked out all that well. But those problems have seemingly gotten worked out as of yesterday. So the details. Google said Wednesday that Gemini Deep Research can now connect to Gmail, Google Drive, and Chat. So Chat is one of those new things that I'm seeing because they talked about this a long time ago and they didn't include Chat. Microsoft also released a version of this called, I think it's Connects or Connectors, not too long ago for Copilot, and it includes Google apps as well, but they didn't mention Chat. So Chat is something new that hasn't been mentioned before as long as I've been keeping up with this. So they must have figured out a way to get Chat working with all their other apps. So kudos to them. So Chat, along with docs, slides, sheets, and PDF files stored within those services. To get started, just select Deep Research from the Tool menu in Gemini on your desktop and select your sources. This will begin rolling out to mobile users in the coming days, just like with the Maps features. Slow rollout for this, not everyone at one time. So yeah, there's a pretty decent graphic here. So this is a graphic kind of showing what you can expect when you go to Gemini and you hit the drop down menu, and you can just kind of select and check mark off all the things you would like it to include in its results for your prompts. Very interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to trying this out because I tried it a while back and it didn't work out very well. So hopefully they got these things straightened out. Like I was talking about before, on October 10th, Microsoft announced its own Copilot AI that could begin reading Gmail and your Google Calendar via a technology called Connectors. Connectors allowed you to manually give access to Copilot so that it can ingest and analyze your data. At the time, this was limited to members of the Windows Insider testing program, though, so it wasn't available to everyone. But if you were in that program, you could use it. So it's something that never really, I guess, would have gotten used by many people. Aaron, let me know how you feel. Good morning, Aaron. Thanks for, man, timely showing up, Aaron. Thanks for being here. I know you use Copilot, Aaron. Were you aware of the connectors that Copilot has that connects Copilot models with your Google Drive or Google apps, such as Gmail and things like that. Let me know if you've heard about that, Aaron, or have you used it. What else have we got here? A week later, so not a week later, but a week before this, Microsoft was announcing, like I said before, its version of this using connectors, which will allow Copilot to access OneDrive files and Outlook contacts, emails, and calendar events, as well as connect to Google services like Google Drive, Gmail, Calendar, and Google Contacts. But again, chat wasn't mentioned in this press release for Microsoft. Yeah, I'm super interested in this chat integration and how that's going to work. Aaron says I was not aware of that. Yeah, I guess because like I said, it was just limited to some people who were in the tester program, the inside tester program. But I think it's super interesting. Super interesting. I might try to get into Google, to Microsoft's inside tester program. I'm a part of Google's testing program, but not Microsoft's, and this might be a interesting time to get into that. Next up on the tech train, we have Ikea. So Ikea's releasing smart home devices, 21 of them, with their Matter compatible hub that they have there. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the details. I think this is interesting. Anytime someone releases Internet of Things devices that are super affordable and are Matter compatible, which means they're compatible with a whole host of other devices that aren't in the Ikea ecosystem, they'll still be compatible with a wider range of Internet of Things devices from other companies like Microsoft or Google or Apple. I don't think Apple uses Matter, though. I think Apple uses HomeKit. Or am I wrong? I could be wrong about that. If anybody knows differently, let me know. So new Ikea smart devices. The Scandinavian furniture giant is taking the covers off of 21 very new and very affordable Matter over Thread gadgets across 3 launch segments, including lights, sensors, and controls. IKEA Smart Home Hub can talk directly to Matter devices from any brand, not just its own tech, with users able to manage the likes of Eve lights or smart locks from brands like Level through the IKEA Smart Home app. IKEA is also adding Thread credential sharing features to its hub, joining Samsung's SmartThings. And that's kind of what these things are, when I was talking about the Matter compatible things and the Thread compatible the gadgets that are on the market. They're trying to reach, with their hub, they're trying to just kind of like bring everything under one umbrella. And I really do like that, because right now it's a lot of fragmentation in the Internet of Things space, whether you're talking about, temperature controllers or temperature displayers, or you got the controllers here, you got the door locks, you got the door sensors or movement sensors and things like that. So bringing all those things under one umbrella seems like a really smart idea, especially if it's done in an affordable way and an attractive way. And IKEA is nothing if it's not efficient and attractive. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. They have the controller, as we see here. What else we got here? We have light bulbs that are going to be compatible, and light bulbs from a lot of different makers, like we just talked about. It's going to be under the Internet of Things, or the Matter, under the Matter standard. We got another controller right here. We have, I think this is a light switch we have here. We have smart switches right here for anything that you might be able to plug into it. What else? We got the motion sensors. We got the I don't know what they call these sensors right here that can detect whether your door is open or your window is ajar or something like that. We have the water, the humidity temperature or sensors down here by the washing machine. So they're releasing a lot of things. We got the thermostats here as well. We got the CO2 sensor here. So there's a lot of devices that they're releasing. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, I have the link for this article in the description of this video, and I put the links for all of the things I talk about in the description of the video. So if you're interested, you can get more details on those things there. All right, and that is the last tech story. Let's go on to the eInk stuff, shall we? It's gonna be, I think, we talk about October being a tech release month. Like a lot of people call in the tech space, they call October Techtober. In the eInk space, I think we just need to go ahead and name November Techvember, Because, I mean, there's a lot of devices coming out, announcements, there's been a slew of things happening in October and November. We may have to include that in our tech season going forward because, man, there's been a lot of stuff. So, really quickly, just to talk about a eInk story that I found here before we get into the Viwoods device here. Smart tags. So we talked about smart tags here on the show before. And I think this is a pretty good idea, right? Smart tags is always good. I use AirTags myself. The only reason I keep an iPhone around right now is for AirTags, but I just think the idea is unique and good for no matter what ecosystem you're in. Smart decision. It saved me thousands of dollars many times over. But this is a take on tags that is kind of unique to us eInk enthusiasts because it has an eInk screen on this smart tag that tracks location. But my thing is, actually, let's talk about some of the details here. The so-called Pi tag allows users to locate important items like keys or their wallet. The compact gadget supposedly offers long battery life and supports Apple's Find My as well as Find My device in the Google's ecosystem. Without compatible devices nearby, tracking is not possible, though, because that doesn't have that network compatibility like those two services we just mentioned. But there are no subscription fees, and tracking can still work indoors. But there isn't a subscription fee for Apple's AirTags. That's not a good reason, okay? That's just not a good reason. Without compatible devices, we have already carried that. The accuracy is not particularly high, says the reviewer here. But the Pi tag can make a sound that helps locate it acoustically, like the other trackers that we've been talking about here. Chipotle? Not Chipotle. Different companies doing totally two different things. And the AirTags here. But the specs are, it weighs 1 ounce, measures 2.44 by 0.14 inches. It features a 1.57-inch eInk display that supports color and can show custom images. The battery can last up to 10 months, while the 100 milliamp hour battery is built in. The tracker does not need to be thrown away after it goes down or after the battery dies, since it can be recharged. According to the manufacturer, the smart tag meets IP65 standards and should be protected from rain and water. We're just talking about dust here, probably. As part of the ongoing Kickstarter campaign, the Pi tag is currently offered for a discounted price of $50, and delivery is planned for February 2026. My question is, what would we use the screen for? I mean, it's a use of eInk that I think is cool, but I tried to think of what I would use this for. I couldn't think of one thing that I would use a color eInk screen for on a tracker. It just didn't make sense to me. But you guys know about it now, and you can make your own mind up if it makes sense to you. Next thing we have here is Viwoods AI Paper Reader series. So Viwoods launches the AI Paper Reader series. We talked about this a little while back after Viwoods had their Q&A over on Reddit, where they divulged information to someone who asked about new devices that they would be coming out with a new device mid-November. So this should be coming soon. And this article here has a couple bits of information. And I talked about this, the person who publishes these articles from eInk, eInk Review. But those videos have been popping up a lot lately in my feed. Out of kind of like nowhere, I hadn't heard of this gentleman before. But he's been putting out a lot of Viwoods information, and I'm really digging it. So I think this is credible. It looks super credible. It's coming from a source that I think has a really good contact over at Viwoods, who's willing to give this guy a lot of information, because he's put out a couple of tidbits of information that wasn't out to the public a couple times before as well, when I went back and looked at his discography. But it's interesting. So he definitely has a good connect over there at Viwoods, who's giving out some pretty good information. Not just information, looks like marketing material they have here that they don't even have up on their site right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the details here. What do we got? Oh, there we go. From eInk Review. So seems to have a good relationship with the folks over there at Viwoods. I definitely think this is legit. Maybe they sent them some early marketing that he's sharing with the public. I've had companies send marketing to me, and though I talk about the marketing that they send me, I typically don't publish the marketing that they send me. He clearly had the approval to go ahead and publish marketing that they don't even have up on their site. I think this is cool. So let's take a look at some of the details we have on the marketing here. We got a 6.7 millimeter ultra slim body, 138 grams feather light feel, one tap ask AI. I don't know what that means. Sounds interesting. Personal knowledge base. I'm tired of this PK anything, unless it's RPK. Then we're good to go. We're good to go. What are the stats we got on this thing here? Seems to be the same states we saw a week ago, seems to be the same stats we saw a couple weeks ago on the live stream. So like I said, we talked about this on a previous live stream, and we saw a picture of a device that wasn't really as production ready as this looks to be, and it didn't have a name either. So that was new, but it looks to be the same device we saw a week or two ago. And it's just more fleshed out right now. It seems to be just an e-reader. But although it seems to be just an e-reader and it just says it's the AI paper reader, the gentleman who wrote up the article says that it's got note-taking capabilities. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of that. I haven't seen a pin for this device. And I haven't seen any literature that talks about it being a note-taker. But like I said, this gentleman definitely put in the article that it has note-taking capabilities, so we'll see. Cellular enabled. So another thing, it's seemingly got 4G data connections, so that's interesting. And availability is supposed to be November 10th, so in 4 days. So we're supposed to see this thing in 4 days, according to the article here. Yeah, it's another. I like this. I'm not into like e-readers like that because I've got the tablets. I can just use one of those as an e-reader. But I think this is interesting. I like it. I like this move from Viwoods. It looks attractive. We don't have a really high res picture here of this thing, but it looks to be a pretty attractive device. I mean, it looks like it's color. It looks like they got black and white and color here, right? I mean, so interesting. What do we think, chat? Has anybody else seen this particular device? The Rock says Viwoods Insider is probably not yoked like Boox Hulk. Yeah, I get you. The Boox Hulk is on a different level, but I will say this on that. The Boox Hulk. Whoop, where's the Boox Hulk at? The Boox Hulk is giving way to this young lady right here. So I noticed her pop up talking about Boox devices. I totally expected to see the Hulk talking about the Palma 2 Pro. But they got this young lady right here standing in for the Hulk. She does a way better job of speaking English than that dude does. Oh my goodness. I mean, she's a bit theatrical. You know what I mean? I kind of expected that, but at least when she says something, it doesn't sound conflicting, right? And I like that. I definitely like that. The Hulk never seemed to get better at his job. Like, you got one job, dude. PR. Tell us what the specs of the thing are and how it's useful. It felt like he got worse and worse every event. It was so weird. So I'm looking forward to seeing this young lady and seeing if she gets better every event, not the other way around. We'll see. We'll see. But I am super interested in the Viwoods device, though. I'm definitely super interested in this Viwoods device here. It looks cool. It looks cool from someone who does screens really nice, in my opinion. I don't know what they do and how they program it, but it seems like they do screens really nice. If judging off the Viwoods AI paper is any indication, this will be really nice to look at. All right, next up we have that's his daughter. No kidding. That's not his daughter. Hav, are you serious? Nah, Hav's trolling right now. Is she also a robot? No, she's a lot better than the Hulk. She's a lot better than the Hulk, Dr. Ling, for sure. But if you guys know something I don't, please let me know. What else we got here? Talking about Khalid's video. I don't know if you guys saw Khalid's review here of the Note Air 5C. Good information here. Some conflicting information, but very good. That's why I like perspectives. More people should talk about these things so you can get more perspectives. And that's what I like about this community here. But very good writing experience is what I took from Khaled's review of this. I'll also say Khalid probably has the most comprehensive set of tools and measurement devices in the eInk space, period, bar none. This dude has a tool for everything to measure the lighting and the colors. Like, dude, he goes in. And I really appreciate him using actual analytical tools to take these measurements. I really do appreciate that. He does his thing over there, Khalid. Kudos to him. Matter of fact, big up to Khalid. Let's get the everyone's going for Khalid over there. Also, I'm not sure where Khalid keeps all these devices at. Khalid pulled out every no air device since 2002. He pulled every air device from Onyx since the last 20 years he had on display. I'm like, where do you keep these things? Like, yeah, Dr. Lane Voya definitely needs to take notes. Khalid has a writing robot. He's all in. Absolutely. I mean, I have a writing robot too, and I don't have a writing robot, but I know Khaled's basically using a CNC machine with a pencil adapter on his thing that just writes. And I have one of those too that would do that. I'm not about to have it write though. Khalid is all in. Like, I'm about to use my CNC machine for writing. Although I can, and I have done it, but I'm not about to do it for tests on stuff. Khaled's all in. Kudos to Khalid. I really love how Khaled's his approach to collecting data. I love his approach. Khalid needs a light box to measure screen brightness. Yeah, and he needs to take a picture of it and then crop in on that image 1,000 times. The data won't be skewed at all. You can crop in as much as you want. No degradation happens. You're good to go. Degradation? What is that? That doesn't happen. Moving on. I love Khaled's video. What else I took from the Khaled's video? One thing Khalid doesn't do is a friction test though, and I wish Khalid would start doing the friction test. Khalid, if you're watching this, I know you're not, but if you're watching this, Khalid, please do a friction test, Khalid. I would love to get your take on friction and see what machine you actually use. If you add that to your repertoire, I would really appreciate it, Khalid. Thank you. You're the best. You're the best. Salute. What else we got here? I don't agree with Khalid that it's not worth upgrading from the 4C to the 5C. He thinks that that it's so marginal that it's not worth the upgrade from the 4C to the 5C. I beg to differ. I think if the upgrades, if the optimizations are done, it's to me when your device crashes and starts to slow down when I'm working, that's not good. And if your other device doesn't slow down or crash when I'm doing the same work, that's worth me updating too. That's why I really want this device now. So I really want this device. I will sacrifice I'll sacrifice the box for my remarkable Paper Pro move for the 5C. That's all I'm willing to give up for it. But I do want it, and I will have it. But yeah, so what else we have here with Khaled's video? So I definitely think it's worth the upgrade, even if you have the 4C, because the 4C crashes. Now your workload might not be that heavy to where your workload would make the 4C crash, but if your workload is enough to make the 4C crash or even just bog down, this is worth the upgrade to me. This is worth the upgrade. With the things that Khalid pointed out, and with Kit and Voya's take on the Note Air 5C, I want it even more now. So watching everyone's videos, watching everyone talk about it makes me want to get it even more and do my own review on it, because if it's optimized properly, I think it'd be worth it. I think it'll be worth the money for sure. Yeah. Anybody else have any takes? There were a couple other videos I want to mention too that are out there. So Kit's Note Air 5C keyboard video is out. He did a live stream talking about that and unboxing that, and that's up now on YouTube's. Onyx's new marketing person. We just talked about the new marketing person here. Their video is out displaying the new market person. Who knows if it'll be better or worse? We'll see. Eventually we'll be able to tell, but I need to see her on a couple events. Is she getting more knowledgeable on the products? That's what I thought would happen to the Hulk. I thought the Hulk is surely going to get more knowledgeable as we go. Like, he surely can't stay this bad. I was wrong. The Hulk got bad and stayed bad. It was terrible, but it is what it is. It was Aaron says the 4C has never crashed on me. Do you use layers, Aaron, or do you draw on the 4C? Aaron also says, for your use case with the amount of layers you use, the update to the 5C is worth it. But if not, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like I said, that's why I said if your workflow like incorporates that, I think it's worth it. Oh, Aaron, thanks. Look at the air horns going for Aaron and the applause. I appreciate you. How'd you get that little thing? That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I love that we're calling him the Hulk. Well, I mean, I don't know where that name came from, but someone called him the Hulk on a live stream a while back. I was doing a live stream at the Rocky statue. I think that's where that came from. That's the first time I saw it anyway. That's the first time I saw the Hulk being mentioned is in that live stream. Because we were like, can this dude get any... I shudder to call anyone dumb, but that dude just sounded not like he knew what he was talking about. And he was the marketing person who would commonly get translation stuff wrong when all he had to do was say, hey, this doesn't make proper sense in English. Can I just change this for you? Can I just word this right? He probably didn't even know. So, it is what it is. CJ, how's it going? Tech on Tech uploaded a 45-minute long video review about the Palmer 2 Pro like 1 hour ago. Ooh. Oh, T.O. on Tech. I haven't heard of that before. That's dope though. The Rock says the setting on and the vibe of that Boox video reminds me of Severance. Wow. You know what? I can see it. I can see that, Dr. Ling. I can see it. Big Severance vibes. I thought the Hulk was AI. Listen, she might be AI. This young lady right here may be AI. I heard Jay may be returning his Note Air 5C. What? Jay's returning the Note Air 5C? Stop it. Oh, if Jay returns his Note Air 5C, I'm not buying it. If Jay returns his Note Air 5C, I'm not buying it. Holy. Yeah, she looks like AI. I ain't gonna hold you. She could be. On some, like, honestly, AI's Sora has made me question everything I look at now. I can't see anything now without thinking, first, is it AI? That's the first thing. Before I even spend my time watching this slop, is it AI first? Then I gotta try to spend a minute or two trying to discern whether it's AI. Then I'll rewatch it if I, validated that it's not AI in some way, shape, or form. And who the hell knows how to do that? Not me. Not me. I don't know how to do it, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. Dead internet theory continuing, coming true. Dr. Ling, stop it. What are we? Don't breathe it into existence. Jay is probably trying to hack his 5C. The Rock says, like she's in charge of Boox marketing, but is someone's brainwashed kidnapped wife? That's hilarious. Said it can't run some Microsoft apps he uses. It also fails some Google security. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and get the Discord and see what Jay's saying about this. That's interesting though. Well, I know that even though it has this Android 15, someone else brought up the security problem. The guy from eInk review said the same thing about the security. And maybe Jay saw that. That's interesting. That is super interesting. Now, to me, I don't care about security. Like I tell you guys all the time, I gave up on my security decades ago. I don't even care anymore. But I know security is a big thing to a lot of people, so I can understand that. But that wouldn't affect me though, because like I'm gonna get the Node Air 5C and draw on it and make my scripts for my videos, because that's how I was using the Node Air 4C before it started crashing on me and stuff. That's how I used the 3C. That's how I wanted to use the 4C, but couldn't. I had to fall back to the 10.3 for that. So the Node Air 4C just didn't get the use I wanted to give it because of how bogged down it got sometimes. So, but as long as it doesn't bog down, the security wouldn't bother me. And the Microsoft apps I don't use. I literally don't use any Microsoft apps on none of these eInk devices. I'm all in on the Google ecosystem. Some apps won't install with that issue. Oh, bank apps. Yeah, I can see bank apps being a huge one. Even trying to remote in using apps that your company allows you to download from the Google store, because they may have put their app up there to let you download it. Those won't work with those security issues. So I get it. I'm just not in that space where that would affect me. Don't worry. Some of us care a lot about security and work to force companies to keep you safe. Thank you, The Rock. Listen. Oh, wrong one. This applause goes out to everyone who cares about security and allows people like me to not care about it. Listen, I applaud you people. You guys are doing the work that I don't want to do because I don't care about it, but somebody has to, and I'm glad, like you guys probably don't want to talk as much crap as I talk, but that's why I'm here. I will talk crap for you, and then everyone's happy. I get the security I need. You get the crap talking you need. And so facto, we're all good. I'm testing out my live show tonight. Once I get it going, you are the first guest. Woo, woo. That's what's up, Aaron. I want to be the first guest. I appreciate that. When are you doing it? Tonight? Okay, cool. I'm with it. Hav says, but why would you put your bank information on a eInk device? Well, in my opinion, you should put your bank information. Well, you should be able to put your bank information in an eInk device if that's how you want to view the stuff, right? In a perfect world, you would be able to treat your eInk device like you treat your phone. In a perfect world, we would all have, these eInk devices would have the updated versions of Android that has the most security, right? That's just not the world we live in right now. But I want to live in that world where eInk devices are as secure as my phone, and I can just retire my phone. Go all eInk. I would do that. Listen, if I would say, you know what? I'd make the sacrifice in being able to view video and play video games, because I don't play video games a lot on my cell phone, but I do watch videos on the cell phone. I would sacrifice being able to watch videos on my cell phone if my cell phone were eInk and did all the other stuff I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Security wise, banking. If I could do everything with eInk, I would do it in a heartbeat, with the exception of video, right? I have a 4K monitor for that. I got a big screen TV in the living room for that. But when I'm just using my phone for phone things that's not video, I would sacrifice watching video on my mobile device if I could get a really good eInk phone. And what does really good mean? I don't know. Well, I'll know it when I see it. Apple is secure. Only Tim Apple see it. Tim Apple. The Rock. That's why I use different Gmail account for it. Yeah. So there's always around these security things, right? There's always going to be a way around these things, and what you want to do with them is going to be different depending on what you do and what you don't do. But there's always a way around it. There's always a way around it. All right, you guys. I think that's going to do it for the show for today. I thank you all for being here today. Let's go and get the applause going for the chat crew who's always here. We got CJ in the chat crew. We got BM. We got The Rock. We got Aaron. We got Palm. Thanks for being here. Dr. Ling, eInk. We got she isn't here today, but she's an honorary. She gets the shout out no matter what. And who else we got? Hav, thanks for being here. Rob, thanks for being here as well. If I missed you, I will get you next show. I apologize. What else we got here in the bottom? Up a different Gmail. This is Rants About Tech Live, where we talk about tech news, eInk news, and we do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, usually about an hour long, so consider that. And if you like the show, hit the like button. If you want to see more things like this, consider hitting the subscribe button for me. And if you want to continue these conversations that we have here after the live stream is done, we have a link to the Discord right in the description of the video. You can join us there. What else? Other than that, listen, Friday's tomorrow. We got the end of the week. You got to be here, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And until next time, you guys. Peace.